Hey everybody, welcome to another Quicksave Review with me, RC. Quicksave Review, if you haven't seen it before, is basically a Let's Play mixed with a review for a game that I'm currently playing. And I'm currently playing Factotum 90, which is a very cool game featuring these two robots you see here in the bottom center here. They look like cargo boxes, but they're actually walker robots. They kind of look like spiders when they walk. We'll get into check that out in just a second here. But to describe the game is basically... you guys remember those FMV games from the 90s where, you know, they letterboxed really crappy video feed on screen and you were interacting with the video? It's kind of like that, except this is way better because the game actually reacts to what you're pressing. They have different boxes on screen, and that's how you control the robots. You go back and forth between the screens, and you try to solve puzzles and get this spaceship back online. We're actually going to load a mission I've already played here. We're going to load mission 3. We're going to jump in and check this out. But yeah, it's really, really cool. They put one robot up here in the top left and one over here in the top right. And down in the bottom left, you're going to have the main guy who seems to be running the ship or trying to get things back online, talking to you, explaining what you need to be doing, right?
Oh my.
There we go.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but there is a serious plasma leak on this floor. Must have something to do with whatever is toying with the environmental systems. The plasma flow is confined below the deck. Just don't fall off any of the floor plates.
There we go. So yeah, I apologize for a second there. I feel like I was rebooting. My mind was like, because I was waiting for the guy to pop up, and he took a second to load in. So here you go. Here are your screens. So we are playing as Robot A at the moment. And as you can see, he walks around like a spider. One of the coolest things in this game is that you can see what Robot A is doing in Robot B's screen. And when you walk by the other robot with one, they talk to each other. It's one of my favorite things in it. I love that. So cool. So let me show you how this all works. So you move A, and you try to figure out what you need to do to get through to the other side.
Like someone has access to the deck configuration system for this floor. Someone with a fondness for pressing buttons. See if you can find a way through this mess to the cargo lift.
So speaking of pressing buttons, you'll see that pushing this button actually lifts that platform right there. Okay, so we have a couple different ways we could do this. We could either use both robots to push the button down and get them across, or you can actually grab a box that you could pick up and you could put on the button and deal with it yourself until your partner gets involved. We're gonna do it that way. I've already solved this one, I already know what to do, so we're just gonna do it this way.
I'm not saying you're going to need it, but just in case you get yourself in a pickle, the reset button resets the walker you're controlling. I'm just letting you know.
Which I know, a very gentle way of saying there's gonna be times where you're probably gonna have to reset, which I've had to reset once so far. I actually believe it was on this level because I was getting my bearings straight on it. So yeah, we're taking our second robot, Robot B, over to help our friend over here. So what we really need to do here is take this box over to our other robot, because you'll see what happens is if we switch back over to Robot A, we need to keep this button pressed so that way the other robot can get over here. Our goal is to get to that little cargo area you see on Robot A's screen over there. You have to get them both to the end. So let's switch back here. We're gonna drop, and then we're gonna drop again. Look at that. Now because we both got to get there, I got to swap this box with him. And of course they talk again, which I love. Again, like I said, one of my favorite things. Got the box there. And there we go. That path will now be permanently raised while that box is sitting there.
Good
we can...
work.
Yep.
That looked tricky. Get both walkers on the lift, and we can be moving on. We make quite a team. Yes?
Yeah, if you consider two robot slaves working for the man, a team. But yeah, that's the whole crux of it. You get your robots to the end here. I have finished the first 5 or so levels of this, so I'm still very early in the game. I don't know how long this game actually is. However, basically there's steps involved to fixing this spaceship, and we'll talk about that in just a second. And I love that they talk as the elevator goes down. So it's going to save your progress and this and that and the other thing. Shows you where you're moving to next. On the right side, it actually shows you how many cargo containers you have to go. Sort of, kinda. We're actually going to jump back out to the menu here. So that way we can pick up from where we left off on level 6. Yep, level 6. Okay, so let's load 6. But I absolutely love the presentation of this game. I think it's so cool. I love that it's running through this like real crappy, you know, monitor system that you have here, as if you're watching it, you know, through some sort of surveillance situation or whatever. And I think it really, really works with this game. All right, let's see what he has to say here.
The scans I made suggest the object that struck the ship is embedded in aft section 22 Zeta. I think I can plan a route, albeit a rather indirect one. I just hope that once we get there, we'll know what to do. Find the next cargo lift, and I'll get to work on this route.
All right, so we know we have to get up over here.
What has happened to this place?
You got me, dude.
I think this used to be the tech lab.
There we go. We lift up our buddy here with A. And again, I always like to turn the robots around just so they can see the other one working in both screens. I love that effect, that you have 2 cameras recording everything that's going on.
It really is depressing, you know. I was very fond of the tech lab.
I also like that when you hit a button, it gives you that little line to let you know. Like, it's hard to see with my webcam in the way here, but we'll do it again. You walk on there, then that little line actually points to what it's affecting, so that's very, very helpful. Let's see what this one is doing here. Those 2, okay. So at the moment, not a whole lot. So I think we have to go back to our other robot and jump on down here.
You're not going to get on that thing, are you?
Oh, we're getting on it, dude.
Oh, my.
My word. You're also going to see in the levels this little collectible thing there, that little white thing. I guess it's the emblem for the ship or something like that. Every level seems to have one. I'm not quite sure what it does. When you collect it, it basically tells you like, oh yeah, you found a data stream. But I don't know what it's unlocking or what it's doing. I don't know if it's just for the sake of finding a collectible or what. I have been collecting them as I find them when they're easy to get to, but at the same time, you know, I don't really know what they do, so I don't know if it's really worth my time. But we are going to collect this one, because why not? It's on the way. As you can see, we got to get on this thing. I'm going to wait to the next rotation here. So there are 2 things about this game that I feel like they should address. At least in a sequel, if they do it. The first one is the fact that both robots look identical. I think they easily could have fixed that by having 2 different color robots. They could have had a big A on the back or a big B on the back of the other one, even if it was like an LCD screen, so that way they were labeled for you and it made sense with the story. That is one of the things that I'm not the biggest fan of. Obviously, as a single player game, you're never going to confuse who's who because they're on different screens, right? But at the same time, it's still something they really could have added that I think, at least for me, would have been beneficial, for sure. Alright, we gotta get on this thing here. The other, we will talk about in just a second once we get to the end of this level here. Because I think we're about to make it here. These switches here, when you press them, they will disable those laser beams up there so our other friend can get over to us. And it looks like we're going to have to boost him up with this button. So we will switch back over. But you guys know me by now, watching me on this channel. If you haven't watched me much on this channel, welcome, and I hope you stick around to watch more of my videos and whatnot. But I am a big fan of fun puzzle games, and this is a very fun puzzle game. This is definitely one of those games that I am going to play more of because I am just having a good time with it. There we go, give them a little back and forth talk there. And I know that this is only the 6th level, but every level actually, as you can tell, takes a little bit of time to get through. It's not like a real quick, easy platforming thing that you can just jump and bounce around on. You know, you gotta plan your attack, go, and the machines, you know, they methodically walk through the levels. So you gotta plan it, and it takes a little bit of time. I could see that probably being a frustration for people who don't take their time trying to figure these things out. But as long as you're taking your time, I don't think there's really gonna be a problem.
I've worked out a route for you to follow. You'll need to access a series of cargo lifts in order to get where you're going. On
Fair enough.
each floor, I'll light up the exit with an overhead lamp. Get both walkers over to the lift, and you can progress.
All right.
Follow the light. I'll be following your progress as best I can by watching the security feeds. If I think I can help, you'll hear from me. If we can't find what's draining main power, well, it won't be a happy ending for us.
So what's cool about that is he does pipe in to help you and like give tips and everything like that. As you can see in level 6 that we just played, he'd pop in every now and then and be like, oh, by the way, do this. Oh, be careful. And I really like that because it shows that he isn't just popping in to literally be a tutorial guy. He is popping in to remind you of what your mission is and everything, which is nice, you know. Through the first 5 levels or so, your mission was basically just to turn on the machine that, you know, keeps oxygen pumping through the place to keep him alive. Now we're trying to figure out the power issues. So I like that there is actually like a story to this. It's pretty cool. So let's talk about the other thing that I think this game needs. This isn't really a problem because as a single player game, no biggie, right? But I gotta say, this game is ripe for co-op. So to me, it's a little weird that it doesn't have co-op. I think that is something it absolutely should have. Could you imagine playing this with a friend locally on your couch while one person's controlling the left side and one person's controlling the right side, and you guys are trying to talk back and forth and do the puzzles? I mean, I don't understand why that isn't a part of the game. To me, it seems kind of obvious, right? Alright, so this guy will be able to walk over there and put that on there. So what we'll do is switch back over. And we will drop this here. Very nice. We will switch back. And that is over here. I think we're going to switch back. We want to make sure that our friend is on this thing, I think. We'll find out in just a second. And we are going to move this box right over here. Okay, yep, now we can walk over. Oh, but there's the collectible. How does one get that collectible? I don't know, that might be one I have to do again another time. Can I just drop and get it? It'll just respawn me, I think. I grabbed it. Does it count as grabbed? It does count as grabbed. Okay. Works for me. We'll march this guy right over here. So yeah, I'm still pretty early in the game, guys, but I think you kind of get what this game is all about. Obviously, the difficulty is going to go up as the game, you know, progresses on. And we're not showing off any of the really, really hard levels, but I think you kind of get what you're getting here with this game, and I think it's actually a ton of fun. Oh, wow, I was not... I totally wasn't paying attention, and I walked right into the water. But yeah, this is a great little Switch game. Like, this is one... I believe I saw a trailer for this like a little while back, and I was interested in it, but I didn't realize it was out now. There we go, a little chat back and forth, and here we go to the next level. But yeah, I definitely recommend this one, guys, for puzzle fans out there and people looking for something that's actually got like a cool little story vibe to it, you know? I think that this is definitely worth checking out. Man, look at this level. Looks like they're adding in teleportation. That is super cool.
You're going the right direction and making good progress. Keep it up.
Alright, that one brought that one down. We're not going to solve this one, but we are going to use the teleportation thing. I want to see how this is going to work.
Oh my. I didn't know they were still working on these. I thought the project had been cancelled. The research forbidden. It certainly looks like a quantum teleportation vortex generator, and it looks like it's switched on. Please make sure you've exhausted all other avenues of progression before you embrace the vortex. It worked! The walker traveled over 15 meters to the other end of the vortex. This is incredible. Papers must be written. But later, yes. First of all, let's get those walkers down to 22 Zeta.
I just like that he said that to me, like, make sure you exhaust all other paths before taking that, and it was the very first thing I did. I was like, nah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use this now. Actually, this looks like it's a very easy level here. I jumped down here when I probably shouldn't yet, so I'm gonna have to off myself and redo this. But either way, guys, you've seen the teleportation, you have seen the puzzly stuff in this game, and I think you know what to expect from it. Like I said, I recommend it. I think it's a really, really cool puzzle game. It's very clever. It's very well put together. I wish the robots had two different distinct looks, at least colors, to kind of, you know, set them off a little bit. If you had one yellow, one green, or one red, you know, that would be enough, I feel like. How about blue and orange, you know, like the typical colors of, you know, team-based games online and that kind of thing. I don't know, something like that. And it's kind of a crime that this doesn't have co-op as well. But yeah, guys, that's the game, and I definitely recommend it other than those things. But I want to say thank you for watching. And of course, I'll see you all in the next Quicksave Review. See you then.